Good afternoon, everybody. I am very sorry that this review is coming late at this point in time, and I apologize for it. And overall, I am going to do a review on Nanana's Buried Treasure, which is episode 2 that came out today. I actually want to start this episode a little early, but it didn't come out at what time for me because I had to get to school around morning time, and I expected it to come out really early morning, at that certain point, but I guess it didn't, and I apologize for this late review. And let's just get this started. Overall, this episode was pretty funny and intense. Maybe not too funny to you guys, but to me, it had some pressures for me to go what the hell is this? What the hell are you doing? And we get a beginning of a treasure that Hugo just brought, that he found at the end of episode 1. He ends up taking a look. It was some kind of jewel known to be it's known to be some kind of eye. You put it in front of your eye, and then if a person says something like Nanana says she hates pudding, but that was a lie, because if her aura turned all black, and I go oh, that's pretty interesting. I did not know she actually knows all of this, And later we end up getting to a point where this girl named Yuki and then some guy named Tatsumaru, or all I know is his name starts with the T whatsoever. He seems to be being blamed about this kind of part about missing the treasure. I believe it was the eye that Nanana mentioned, and that was one of her buried treasures that she knows about. Later, we go to a point where this master detective is next to a lot of garbage, and I go what in the world? And she says, "Oh, I know where this jewel came from. Found the beacon." I go is she really that great of a detective, or is she really trained herself there? And honestly, I like detectives, having to find clues and then finding the person who stole what. And she ends up finding Hugo's room, and her assistant, which is the maid, I forgot her name, I'm sorry, and he ends up saying, "Oh, what can I do for you, maid?" or something. I'm just are you kidding me, man? Are you really that easy to seduce or seduct overall? And later we get to the major point where the master detective comes in. She's up, and her assistant goes you should change your clothes or something. You stink like hell right now. And she goes yeah, you're right, I do stink. I go did you just realize it after you sniffed yourself? Are you kidding me, huh? And we get to the point where she says oh, I know Hugo's I'm the thief. I know you are the thief whatsoever. And he goes wait a minute, I think you're getting this all wrong. Now I'm just thinking in my mind, tell them that you're not a thief and you just found it, dude. Nothing more, or how worse can it get just to tell those things like that, And end up watching a video, and then he ends up reading this Mado magazine. I'm not even sure what the hell it is. I thought it was some kind of schmuck magazine, honestly. And I just wow, what the heck? And we get to the point where she takes back the treasure, and she said, "Don't worry, I'll clear this up. Take it to the police." But later on, she ends up going to the news, and it says "Oh, thief just returns the jewel or something, and manages to be all this, I am the master detective whatsoever." I'm oh gosh, you get the jewel and you're being accused of this kind of thing, I'm just laughing hella hard right there. Or I didn't laugh, but I'm just what the hell, what is this crap, and so forth. And we get to the point where those two go to Hugo's school whatsoever, and later we end up seeing another maid, and he gets all trapped into this thing. I'm you can't be serious, man. I'm are you really that easy to seduce or seduct like that? If I see someone like that, I would have gone "Hey, what's up? You want to talk to me or something?" If she's looking for me, or whoever I might be, I go "What's up? What do you need?" goes to the club and he goes like, okay, who are you? He says, oh, I'm a third year student or something like that, president of this club. He's about to leave. She like rams him with her arm and goes like, hey, you ain't going anywhere. Ba 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 pow, boom, clutch. What a horrible way to actually get beaten down right there, you know. Blood on her face. I'm like, I wonder how bad she beaten him. You know, I'm just like, he was interested to like, the president asked him if he wants to join this adventure club, and he seems to remember, oh, I know this club, you know, because he read Nanana's diary or collection diary. I don't know what the hell it is, you know. They end up going to his room, which is 202. They talk to Nanana for a bit and so forth. Gives her this pudding, giving her this pudding that she seems to love a lot. Like, first thing I know about her, she loves pudding, she's a ghost, and we don't know who her killer is, which is really surprising. And Hugo ends up asking her these questions, saying that he wants to find her killer. She said, oh, do you want to find this killer for me to leave? He says, nah, I don't want to put it like that, you know. But honestly, I would have like been honest with myself going like that, but I wouldn't go as far as being concerned, because he seems to be interested in her. And she says, all I know is he has a dragon tattoo on his neck. And he goes like, that's it? And she said, yeah, and no one even found him yet. I'm like, yeah, guy with the dragon tattoo. Like, that's gonna help. That's really going to help. Like, anybody can have a dragon tattoo. Like, what style or what kind of form did it make? But she did tell Hugo, go to the adventure club, find all my treasures, and you'll be able to find the killer. And he says, oh, why don't you tell me where all your treasures is? She says, oh, I can't do that. And she goes like, why not? Please tell me. Well, sorry about my voice, but he says, why not? Please tell me why you won't tell me where your treasures are. She said, cause it wouldn't be fun that way. And I go like, pretty agreeable right there, you know. Like, if there's a treasure that I'm looking for, I'd rather find it myself, you know. Not giving any hints, take any road possible whatsoever, and find it. You know, it's just like in One Piece, you know. Like, I'd rather find the treasure One Piece on my own way, and no matter what way it is, I'll take any route possible. But yeah, sorry to report One Piece in here, but it's like, hey man, I'd rather find this treasure and go on this adventure myself. I am excited for it. And Hugo wants to join the adventure club along with the master detective and her assistant, which is the maid. With her assistant, which was dressed up as a maid back then, and they were given a task to go into this room, open the treasure box, or find a treasure in there, or something. Later on, Hugo fails like many times, and then the 10th time, and then many more times probably. And I like this guy, man. He has a lot of stamina and has his mighty will not to quit or not to give up. I like that about him. Pretty awesome right there, you know. And we get to the point where the master detective says, alright, I'm going in. Then, along with her assistant, she was the first to be thrown out of the three. And I'm like, oh, there you go. But somehow she ends up reading the calendar and then the schedule, and surprisingly, it's like preparing for school or something. And it lit up a path to where you had to step on for you not to go into a trap and then fall out of the door or something. I'm like, dang girl, like, it's like she knows all this stuff already. And I go like, I'd have her join my crew if anything else, you know. But crazy stuff right there. And he says, and Hugo seems surprised to the great detective, going like, wow, you seem to know your stuff easily. And she tells him, this is all elementary, what do you think? And I think he says something back, and she ends up saying, shut up or something. And the end right there, I believe. And that was pretty crazy right there. Overall, when I think about this episode, it kind of got me tensed up and thinking like, this character should have said this, or he could have like said like, oh, I just found it, you know, I didn't steal anything. It's simple as that. That's what kind of got me like angry right there. But at certain points, it sounded funny to many of y'all, and I think it would have been funny, like so. But I have these reactions, like I'm going like, Just tell him that you didn't steal anything, you know, blah blah blah. Well, overall, this episode was okay. I thought it was fine. I will give it maybe three, no, maybe a 4 out of 5. Like, get more progression with the two characters that showed up at episode 1 in the end. Many new characters come in, like this girl named Yuki, along with this guy named Tatsumo, or I don't know what his name is, but he's called some kind of hobo or homophobia. I don't know what it is. Correct me if I'm really wrong. I apologize. But I really love this episode. You know, pretty awesome there, and it's kind of cool. You know, master detective, and she's actually proving her point. But I'm not really sure she's really the master detective. We don't really know what other skills she has, but according to here, it's like, what can possibly beat her? Who else could beat her? Maybe something else, but it's pretty awesome right there. Love this episode. Hope you guys enjoy it too. Peace out and have a great day. Later.